The goal of the Gemini reliability is 90% plus, as measured in C-intel once the network is fully phased in. The network is not yet fully phased in, and we have not yet fully phased out of 2M. If we talk about the status, then 100% of our shuttles have so far phased into the Gemini schedules and 95% of our mainliners. The outcomes we have observed so far are very encouraging. We are not done yet, but we can see that the desired change and uplift in reliability that we were targeting with our innovative network design principles are coming through. So it's quite encouraging, but Gemini is a marathon and not a sprint. Basically, this comes down to a choice that a customer can make. I can sit back and I can extract what I would call windfall benefits. So if the underlying network performance is improving and the reliability numbers are ticking up and I don't do anything, what I will see is that if I run a very high inventory, that my replenishment happens as planned. I maybe have less contingency events, I have less extra added cost due to disruptions there. That's probably in the category of those windfall benefits. Then I can also take a more active stance. So I can see and I can determine as a customer how many proof points I would like to see from the network performance. When do I believe this is sustainable? When I see that, I can actually start to change my inventory management, and then it becomes a real value creator, because if I run with less buffer in my inventory, I can save on working capital and I can optimize my entire supply chain all the way through customs clearance, through warehousing, without having to do an awful lot of rework. That's when you can really reap the benefits from reliability as a customer. I think when we talk about flexibility, it is fair to say that now, as we are undergoing the phase-in of the network and the phase-out of the old network, it is not yet generating a lot of extra flexibility there. But if you look at the design principles, it does certainly allow for it. So by using the combination of mainliner services and shuttle services, you actually generate flexibility. What I mean by this is shuttles typically are big ships, but they are smaller than mainliners. So if you think about any given port around the world, all of the ports are full. To get a berth spot for a 20,000 TEU vessel requires a lot of reshuffling, and that's really, really difficult. There is no idle time in most ports around the world. When you look at vessels of a slightly smaller size category, you actually have more flexibility. Maybe a way to illustrate that, if you go to a parking lot with a van, maybe your choice of parking spots is a bit narrower, as if you come with a nimble, agile sports car. Flexibility is, however, something we will invest in. So if you think about changing demand patterns and you are fulfilling a transportation through the usage of shuttle and mainliner combinations, you can increase the size of the shuttle. You can install a second shuttle, a third shuttle. So you can very agile respond to changing customer needs with this network design setup. But it's also fair to say that the network first has to fully phase in before our investments and continued investments here will really pay off. One of the questions I would ask myself if I would be a customer is to say, how many proof points do I need to see before I believe this is sustainable? And then with that comes then the choice or question to say, do I want to passively benefit from increased reliability in my supply chain, or do I want to actively benefit from it? So do I want to do changes in my inventory management in order to extract value from it, or do I want to have some of those windfall benefits from it? So put differently, maybe, if you say that a lower inventory and a tighter supply chain that is more reliable and more predictable is worth money, how long would you like to wait until you extract that money?